Just the other day I was in the grocery store and I found a bunch of golden and red beets. They looked absolutely beautiful. And I thought, well, some people have had beets, but do you really know how to handle them? Do you really know what to do with them? So I figured, why don't we get some and explore them for today's WTF. Today's sponsor is Stagecoach Sauces, and you can check them out online at stagecoachsauces.com. Stagecoach produces a number of different types of sauces with all natural ingredients, no high fructose corn syrup, all the good stuff, none of the bad stuff. They have different types of sauces, and their most legendary sauce perhaps is their steak sauce, which has been around since 1839. Amazing. Check them out online at stagecoachsauces.com and get some of their sauces today. Alrighty, so today we are talking about beets. Now, beets are in the same family as quinoa and spinach. It's a family called chenopods. It's an ancient food that dates back to about the 2nd millennia BC. It was written about extensively by Aristotle, but it didn't really catch on hugely and have value as a crop until the 19th century, when it was discovered that sugar could be extracted and refined into table sugar from the sugar beets. While I'm sure most of you consider the root of the beet to be the part that you eat, you have to consider that the family's a bit larger and there are other types and preparations for those other types. One of the most notable other varieties that are in the beet family is chard. Swiss chard, it also might be called in your grocery store, is known as the spinach beet, and in that case you're mostly eating the leaves as opposed to the actual bulbous root. Nutritionally speaking, beets are rich in vitamin C as well as folates. And another interesting thing about beets is their red color. Of course, we're talking about red beets. The color comes from a pigment called betalain, and it's similar to the pigment that is inside of red cabbage. One of the interesting things about the composition of beets as well as this pigment is that their cell structure is kind of unstable. As a result, when you start to cut into the beet, the red pigment will sort of leak out. It'll be on your cutting board, it'll be on your knife, it'll be on your hands. So I advise you to either use gloves or wash your hands thoroughly and your cutting board and your knife, because you don't want to be caught red-handed. Today we're going to use our beets along with one of its sister foods, quinoa, in a nice beet and quinoa salad. First, cut off the root end of a golden beet and stand it up. Use your knife to slice away the skin. Now cut it into plateaus, then sticks, then cubes. Repeat this for your red beet. Now arrange your beet on a sheet tray and coat them with olive oil, then some salt. Toss it all together and roast it in a 400-degree oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. While they're cooking, fill up a pan with about ½ a cup of rinsed quinoa, 1 cup of chicken stock, and the juice of 1 lemon. Bring this to a boil, then lower to a simmer and cook for about 10 minutes. Now add your roasted beets, the quinoa, some chopped parsley, and your favorite cheese. I'm using a blue cheese, but a feta would go beautifully with the salad. Stir it all together and serve it hot or refrigerated for the perfect summer salad. So that's how you make a really simple beet and quinoa salad. Check out stagecoachsauces.com, today's sponsor. If you're watching this in iTunes, please leave a comment. Even if you've left a comment before, leave another one. It helps us tremendously. And I will see you tomorrow.